This is how you're going to transfer this image onto your watercolor paper, the outline. So before you do that, when you get your image sent to you, when you're going to print it out, you can reduce by about 85 to 90% before you print, because then it will fit into an A5 size. So this image has already been reduced. Okay, so what you do after that, you print out the outline, and then what you do next is you're going to see the back here where roughly the outline is. Put it against the light, you can roughly see where the outline is, and then you use very dark pencil and just shape through behind, right? And then either that, or you can use a graphite block. This is a graphite block, normal, not soluble, to do a shading. Like so. So roughly, I would think it should be around here. So you just make sure your base is kind of flat. Right. Do a quick shading. Roughly where you're going to trace, later going to transpose, the graphite should cover those areas. Okay, so that's why a block is much faster. Just, you can go as dark as you can, because don't do it too light. When you do it too light, you're going to find that you'll not be able to transfer the image out. So I think it should work. And just back through roughly, put against the light, and you can see whether it's covered. Okay. So what you're going to do next is you're going to turn over and put it against your paper. Of course, you're not so sure how it fits because this paper is much smaller. So in order to help you, you can always just cut roughly around it. So you know, you have to cut the line just roughly. Around it. Okay. And at the same time, you can check also. Yep, it's pretty much covered, right? So make sure that your paper is facing up the right way, right? For watercolor paper, normally the rougher side should be the right side up. So then you can position where you want it. Roughly maybe straighten out a bit. You can see if this is where it's sitting a horizon, you can just put it straighten slightly, a little bit straight. Put it in the middle somewhere. To prevent it from moving, just take a masking tape, make it less sticky. Okay. Just stick on the top first, because you want to see whether you're tracing your pressure, is it ideal, right? So taking a pencil, now you press slightly a little bit of pressure and trace around slightly a little bit first. Then what you do is, without moving, just a light flip it up, and you see whether you can see any line being transferred over. If it's too faint, it means you probably don't press hard enough, right? So then if you're happy with the outline shown, what you do is, to prevent it from moving more, stick more so that it will not move. Okay. Yeah. And I think it's up to you whether you press it. Okay, so stop there. Then you continue. This time I'm going to press slightly a little bit more harder, because just now it's a little bit too light for me. So some of this is some indication. Okay, so the ear, right, and transfer out. You can just take a quick look. Yep, it's coming through. So there's a lightly, yeah, and then some of the fur, just give it a little bit of squiggling. The leg here. Okay, and I want to just continue here. is the year. Then you don't have to like figure out too much of what these lines are, because when we paint along, then we'll start to know what the lines are. So the fur, okay, the eye, fur, here, this goes up, just a few random, then the nose here, nostril, muzzle here, mouth, these are the fur, nose here, part of the face and some of this loose skin, I guess. Eye here, and then the paw, this paw here, a little bit sharp, nail, right here, this yellow paw, slightly a little bit higher than this one. And now I continue. I'm pressing pretty hard actually. Fur, come up. Part of the claw, the feet shows here. Right there, the apple. Around. Here is an apple. Down. And cross. Right here, there's a slight little indication because you can see the apple has a little bit of different color. So here, the open sliced up apple. Here. Okay, and it's sitting up some kind of rock, so the rough texture here. Okay, so here. Alright, so then you can take it out. Stick this somewhere, yeah, see? So it's being transferred out. You can see the outline, right?